How's it going, 7th and 8th grade? Hope you're having a good weekend. So today I just wanted to kind of go over briefly how to form nets. And as you solving for surface area requires us to create nets. Now, there are like a lot of tutorials online that show you how to create nets, but they don't really do a great job of explaining how you label nets. And as you saw in class during our lessons and during our practices, knowing where to label or how to label a surface area net can be a little tricky. So today I want to be able to unravel that mystery a little bit more succinctly so that we can have a better understanding of it and be more confident approaching surface area problems for your tests. So here we have 6 meters, here we have 8 meters, and here we have 10 meters. So right now we're going to just work our way and figure out how to solve this problem. So step 1, we're going to label our net. To label our net, we're going to look at our prism right here, our triangular prism right here, and we're going to label the top, bottom, back, front, and sides. Well, so I have a 6 meter length right here. Going in this direction, so this belongs to the bottom of this right triangle right here, so 6 meters right there. For the other leg of this right triangle right here, I have 8 meters labeled for that section here, so 6 meters here, 8 meters there, and then finally I have a hypotenuse, the longer side of the right triangle, as you remember in class, of 10 meters. So that consists of this right triangle right here for that labeled. So you're probably wondering, okay, I have this really ridiculous prism. Which section should I start drawing first? So the first section that I typically, whenever solving some problems like this, would want to focus on would be the back of this triangular prism. So the back of this prism comprises of a length going this way, right here, of 9 meters. And it also comprises of a length going this way of 8 meters. So my width is 8, and my 9 meters is the length right there. So next I'm going to actually just write the word back to help me identify it. So the next thing I'm going to want to do or focus on, so I have the back already checked off, so that's there. So the next thing I want to focus on are the 2 right triangles that make up the flaps of this triangular prism. So to do that, I'm going to open it using the 8 meter length right here as the wedge. So the wedge is going to be this 8 meter length right here. And as we know about wedges, think about how when you open a door, the thing that swings the door is the wedge. So similarly, we're going to open up the wedge of this prism accordingly. So the next thing I'm going to want to do is label the top and the bottom of this triangular prism. So I can clearly see here that the top right triangle, or the right triangle up here, is the top of the prism. And I can see right here also that the right triangle there is the bottom of the prism. So I got my top and I got my bottom. So like we were saying earlier, we have the wedge of 8 meters right there. We want to open up our open up the right triangles, kind of like how like a bar saloon, like doors in the Wild West kind of open up. I'm going to do that. So we got our 8 meter wedge right there, got our 9 meter length right there, and I'm gonna label, since I already know that my hypotenuse is 10 meters, I'm gonna put 10 meters right there. So you see, so we opened up our wedges for the 2 right triangles, and also let's not forget to label our right triangles as well. So last thing I do is I have 2 more faces to look at here. So I see the face right here. The face right there is actually going this way. And this face right here is going that way. So now I have the right and the left side, or left and right faces of this prism right here. So if we put this prism into perspective, we can see that after we had opened up the wedge, the 8-meter wedge, to open up these two right triangles, I was left with this face and that face. So I'm going to open up the face right here going in the right direction, and that will be the one facing here. That's like a very interesting little like wavy curl right there. So I'm just gonna make it a little straighter. So now let's make sure that we're labeling, since this face is going in that right direction, we're gonna just label this right. And this one's going in the left direction, so we're gonna label this left. So it's starting to look like the nets that we're familiar with. So now we have our left net going that way. And we said that the length of the bottom leg of this right triangle is 6 meters. So that's going to comprise of, if we're opening it to the left, the length is going to be here. That 6 meters is going to be opened up and right there. So we have our 6-meter length going that way. And as we remember, if we open up the left face, so if this is going down that way, we know that the height of this prism is 9 meters. So we're simply going to bring that right there, because guess what? That's the last length that we're trying to write out. So since this length is similar to this length, I'm going to write 9 meters there, and boom, look at that. We now have our net. After you have had a second to write this out, let's now solve for each area. I have used up this tiny little whiteboard a little bit, so I'm going to erase some of our work, and we're going to go into solving for the areas for the 5 shapes that we see here. I almost forgot to mention, and actually forgot to label it. So as we recall in the 3D shape that we had earlier, we had our hypotenuse, right? The hypotenuse always carries itself to this length of only of our right face. So the hypotenuse length going in this direction always carries the same value to the right face only going this way. So the right face going this way is the same length and always the same length as this hypotenuse. So just remember that. I'm not going to write that down, but the right face length here is going to have the same length as the hypotenuse of both of the right triangles. So that should help you label the right face of your prism. Okay, cool. So our right face, as you remember in class, the area of a parallelogram is base times height. So I'm going to write my formula. And I have 9 times 10, right? So 9 times 10. Cool. All right. And that is 90 meters squared. 90 square meters. Cool. All right. So next we have our back right there. And our back has a length of 8 right there and a length of 9 right there. So area equals 9 times 8. And that will be 9 times 8 is 72 meters squared. All right, so the next face that we have here is the left face. Area, another parallelogram. So 6 times 9. 6 times 9 is 54 meters squared. Cool. We got our bottom. And our bottom and our top are going to be the same area because they're both equal congruent right triangles. So another thing I forgot to mention earlier that I want to give y'all a little shortcut for is knowing the length of this side of our right rectangle and knowing the length of this side of this left rectangle right here. So a little tip is this length right here will have the same, so this length right here, so we have, if we're looking at our right face right here, this length right here will be the same length as this 10 right here as this hypotenuse. So the length of our the length going in this direction of our right rectangle will have the same length as the hypotenuse of both of these right triangles. So when you see the length of your hypotenuse right here, you can just make a nice little arrow pointing to this length right here to indicate that that 10 is going to be the same length here as it will be here as it will be here. The second tip that I also forgot to mention was that we had a length here of 6 meters for this right triangle. So to make it easier for myself, I'm just going to make a little arrow pointing in the length of this side of the left rectangle right there. And by doing so, I am indicating that this 6 meters right here is the same here as it was here. So those are the two tips. The length for the hypotenuse is the length here. The length of the bottom of this of these right triangles here will be the length for this left rectangle there. So just remember how those arrows are oriented and where they're pointed at, and you'll be just fine on the test. Last thing I want to do is solve for the area of the two right triangles, and as we know, these areas are going to be the same for both. So I have a height of 8 here and a length here of 6 meters, or a base there of 6 meters. So 6 times 8 divided by 2. 6 times 8 is 48. 48 divided by 2 is 24. 24 meters squared. Boom. The top is going to have the same area as well. So that's it. So now that I have all the areas for this face, I'm going to erase the nets because we don't need the nets anymore. Don't erase the nets, and don't erase the 3D prism on the test though. You make sure you keep those. Alright, so now we're going to get the surface area. And the surface area, as we remember in our definitions, is the sum total of all the faces of the prism. So I have 90 meters squared plus 72 meters squared plus 54 meters squared, and then plus 24 meters squared plus 24 meters squared. Cool, right? So grab your calculator or do the math in your head. All right, so I just checked my calculator and it says that I have a surface area of 264 meters squared. So voila. So you learned today how to solve for the surface area of a triangular prism by first learning how to create the net for it. And with those two tips, that should help you solve for triangular prism. So, and for the next video, I'm going to show you how to find the surface area of a cube or a rectangular prism. So, stay tuned.